Okay, so we've got everybody here. You guys good to get started?
I didn't realize Isaac was going to be here.
Yeah.
All right. Last time, this is just kind of a recap. All partially for Lux because he missed. So, you guys went to uh, a colony called Asano's Blessing, assigned to, basically hunt down and capture some alien raptors. After quite the struggle, which nearly resulted in the death of your company
Oh
agent.
yeah. How did
Uh,
that go?
Yeah. So you guys managed to do some little outside the box thinking in terms of, namely, getting a crate set up, and using one of the colony's cows to lure it in. Uh, and it took four fucking ever to knock it unconscious.
Yes,
It,
it has some hella good stamina.
yeah, it just like was soaking up, and it got to a point where I no bullshit actually just outright says like, okay, all your efforts eventually wear it down, and it drops like a rock. Um, so you have captured one live, and I know you guys plan to capture another one. So just to, um, to not spend a ton of time on the same mission, and just to get to the, to continue the story, what we're going to do is we're going to, uh, I guess, roll a die, like roll a d6 to determine if you catch another one. So we'll say odds is you do, and even says you don't. So RD6, 1d6. Oh Jesus, that is laggy. You don't. So you're out there for for a while, and bordering on most of a day, and no other raptors come. So your mandate, now is to head back to the Hyperion with your quarry. Or actually, no, wait, you put it uh in captivity, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then
Yes.
you just head back to the ship. So there's that. So you head back to the ship with the raptor, and then hold on. Oh wow, you can't switch scenes until resources finish loading your current view. Wow, that's funny. Um, Shows how bad this laptop is at handling the whole Foundry getup. So I'm just jumping to BDAC for a sec. So let me look at my notes. So you secure the specimens. Are you going to want to have like a little scene of dinner before heading to hypersleep, or are you good to just like hop in the freezers?
Probably just hop in the freezers and
Yeah,
Okay.
head
I'd
to
be good with
wherever we
that.
need
Yep.
to dump this thing.
Okay. So you're going back to Anchorpoint.
As
I
long as
think.
Oh
as
what?
long as you're
Hmm.
not gonna force us to secure it.
No, no,
Like make a roll for that.
no. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. You just, you already have it locked up, so you just
Okay.
basically do like the zoo style thing of like you make the cage parallel to the thing, you open up the lid, and then it's like, oh, a new space, I'm going to explore it. So it runs in, and then you just shut the door behind it. Uh, so that's basically what happens. That Dax, you were saying something?
Yeah, no, the only thing that we just had to do was just take it back to Anchor Station. I think that was the only thing, wasn't it?
Yep. You're just heading back to
Yeah.
Anchor Point.
Oh god, I
Okie
feel
dokie.
terrible bringing this thing to Anchorpoint.
What could
Uh,
possibly go wrong?
yes, of course. What could possibly go
Yeah.
wrong?
Don't worry, Hana will watch over the carnivore while everyone is sleeping.
Is there going to be that creepy scene of you just staring at it, admiring its perfection, and the fact it's just got a racing fin?
You're like grinning back at it from behind the glass.
No,
Trying
there's
to
the thing.
blow in its nose and stuff.
You'll do the fingering.
Oh my god.
Oh, with Hana, that's very
Oh,
different.
oh
Text
God.
for it.
We're not going to
Shit.
get into Raptor on Android action here. So you guys go to Anchor Point. As you come out of cryo, however many weeks later, um, you're in the process of getting geared up, getting clothed, getting some food, and it's at this point that Mother informs Agent Drake of a priority transmission that requires immediate attention, and the rest of the crew is instructed to prepare and make their way to the bridge.
Miss Drake, there's a priority transmission for you.
Yeah, I heard it. Can someone
I'm
answer
required
me
to
this
remind
question?
you, and it is a
I
prior
know.
transmission every couple minutes in order to make sure the company's orders are followed.
Can you mute it on your end so that way you don't have to remind me?
Checking. She, her eyes go up to the top of her head and then come back down. You have an emergency message, Miss Drake.
Okay, you made your point. I will get up, I will shut up. Oh my god. I have to build a bloody mute button in you, don't I? Okay. Alright. And she'll head from A deck to B deck to go ahead and check this
Yeah,
priority
and
message.
it's in your quarters. So, and
Yeah.
I will text you. This is what you hear, and there's spaces to indicate static.
Crap.
I love the jokes at
Oh,
work.
no. Well, this is fun.
Yeah, and so immediately after the message ends, there is a text transmission on the terminal screen, an order by one Bragg Shelby E, and I will send that to you as well.
Okay.
Holy fuck, Discord, work with me here. All right. So there's that. And while Drake tends to that, Captain LaRoe, you get a transmission at the bridge that states one Steve Marvin and his asset transfer unit are standing by the airlock, waiting for your permission to enter the ship once you dock with Anchorpoint. And they are explicitly identified as Weyland-Yutani personnel sent to transfer the Hammer Raptor off the Hyperion, and they do have valid info that checks out. So these people are indeed Weyland employees and not competitors trying to scam you out of your catch.
Which airlock are they trying to get this thing through? Is there a way to like get it out of the science vestibule directly?
No,
I
there's
think it's,
I really don't
think
want
if
this thing being paraded through our ship on like a lead.
it's not
I
going to be
think
on a lead. It's in a cage.
We got a
Okay.
cargo lift, right, in one of the airlocks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
Like it
I
went
would,
to
I
I
think
guess,
we
step
converted.
on board.
I honestly thought we converted the actual the what is it, the science module into
A containment.
Yeah,
a
it's set up for
Yeah.
this mission.
Yep.
Yeah, put some straw down,
A little watering bowl.
Be
Bring
careful,
the
the
chew
cow might
toys.
be
Bring the
insane
cow
from
that you
NDDs.
used in case you need to feed it. Because you did buy the cow, if memory serves.
No, that cow's for us. We're gonna resell that for prime stock. You know how many people want fresh meat?
Take it to Kusanagi's and then you'll make an extra profit.
Oh, no. We're getting fucking real cheese.
You're like, you're not
Yeah.
killing or selling the cow.
You know how hard it is to get like actual cheese in space?
If you can make me a batch of good cheese, then we can keep the cow.
But yeah, C deck does have a cargo ramp, or like
Okay.
so that the creature is perfectly contained. So you're going to be able to just basically like wheel the crate all the way to where you need to deliver it.
Yeah, it was a bit difficult to figure out the creature's dietary needs. However, there
It
was
eats
thankfully
meat.
enough storage.
And
Yes,
we know
you
it
know how
needs
much.
meat because it tried to eat your precious company agent.
Yes, and you know how much meat we have on board.
You're saying we have none, right? Other
Very
than the cow?
little. And you did not want the cow touched.
Well, it's in Weyland-Yutani's hands at this point.
Thankfully, there was chicken, which it seems to enjoy eating whole. She has like one that's like sauteing a little thing, looks real good. She lifts it and just tosses it in, and just it bites it, swallows it down in one hole.
It doesn't eat raw meat?
It seems to prefer seasoned meat.
A creature after my own tastes.
It also seems to have a taste for sriracha's hot sauce.
Most strange.
I'm gonna turn around and say I am going to go ahead and respond to what's the person's name again?
The agent that you report into?
Yeah. I
Well,
just heard
her
last.
name is Bragg, but this message was not like a briefing handed out. It was sort of like a transmission that you received via subspace um, while you were heading back. You received this transmission, but it was, it was only brought to your attention once you dropped out of FTL and started
FTL.
docking with Anchorpoint. Which, speaking of, we'll say at this point that you've Sierra brings you in to dock with Anchorpoint Station to deliver the Raptors. So we'll handle that first, and then Drake will come in.
Okay.
So I assume you guys head down to the airlock.
Yeah, to let the
That creature out.
specialty team.
Yep. So once you open the airlock, you see this guy who looks and is dressed like Robert Muldoon. Standing with him are a couple unarmed workers, several guards with tranquilizers, and a pair of colonial marshals with shotguns. Mr. Muldoon himself is toting a high-caliber handgun in a holster made out of an unidentified creature's leather. Muldoon seems to recognize Leroux, as the sort of leader of the crew, and so he steps up to you and firmly shakes your hand. I'm Steve Marvin, and this is my asset transfer team, accompanied by Colonial Marshals Anderson and Fraser. I'm to gather you have some xenofauna that needs transfer off your ship, and he says as he looks over to the crate.
Yes, however, I do need you to sign saying that you are taking possession of one live dangerous creature.
Of course. And so he, I don't know if he would pull out a clipboard or you. Actually, I'm guessing he probably would. So he pulls out a clipboard that he's signed himself, and then he points out a place for you to sign.
And
One
Laura would do
second.
her swirl.
1 second. She will pick up and she'll literally quickly read through the contract, make sure it's all sound.
Laura just rolls her eyes.
Yeah. Then the people in the transfer crew, they're just kind of like looking at each other. But yeah, you don't have to make any kind of roll to know that this is a legit company contract.
Yep. It's
I just want it noted that we brought the one alive that they wanted. It was unharmed by the time it arrived. After this point, it's on you people to make sure it gets to the company correctly.
Of course. So he's like,
1 second.
What?
1 second. Hana does a little quick amend, listing the exact statements, including its body mass index and the current dietary needs. And then hands it
take care of
back.
my pet for me. Is that what you're saying?
I'll be back for this.
Yeah. You better feed him regularly. I'm going to feed you to him. So, he's saying, it's like, well, you pulled off quite the feat catching such a deadly animal. Have your pay. Your pay will be transferred to you, and your tanks will be returned to you within the hour. Nicely done. And so he tips his hat, and his men start shuttling the raptor out of the Hyperion.
Goodbye, you nasty beastie.
You hear it sort of growl lowly.
Laura would just flip off the cage as it gets pulled away.
Captain Moreau, it's not advisable, even in its current state, to risk pissing off
It's leaving my ship, so I do not care what happens to it now.
Good riddance.
I mean, does this thing even know how to pilot a starship to get back to Leroux?
I mean, we just sent it with people to Anchorpoint, and we will come back here at some point. And let's just hope everyone's still alive when we come back.
The dinosaur took over and finally fixed up Anchorpoint. Now it's safe to go out there at night.
Ooh, paycheck.
There you go, gentlemen and ladies.
And speaking of Drake, so this
Drake.
is the point when Drake, if you're ready for it, that you can rejoin the rest of the crew, unless you have other business to handle.
No. Well, actually, she's gonna go straight to the captain. And go, Lero, I think we might have a bit of a problem.
No, the raptor is gone. We got paid. There's no problem.
No, it's our next mission. Thankfully, yes, the raptor is gone. I'm thankful because I think close encounter for me, wasn't it?
Yes, it was very close, and you're not going to do that again in the future, yes?
Well, I had to think about the out. Hannah, I just couldn't put the thought of actually having a company asset being damaged, so I thought putting myself in its place was a wise idea. I thought wrong, okay? I will
Well,
learn from
I'm
this
pretty
mistake.
sure that Hana is more replaceable than you.
Miss Drake, my entire function is to ensure your safety.
Ah,
Likewise,
see.
if I am severely damaged, I can be repaired. Whereas if you have a hole in your chest, that's a very difficult thing to recover from.
We
Okay,
Delacroix can
valid.
only do so much.
Well, the rest of the crew's
Either
gonna
way,
find out that this.
what is the mess we're getting into next for
Well,
the company?
we've already dropped off everything. We've refueled. Obviously, we've rearmed the ship, so we haven't lost any much ammunition. I'm guessing.
Why are you concerned about our weaponry state?
Well, our lovely point person, Anchor, gave me this message. We just have to go to New Gettysburg, MP 412. Now it's only 2 weeks away, but the problem here is we've got a garbled message, and I will repeat said message. News Gettysburg administration have interference, caves, a team led by into caves, lost, home, colony administration, Megan Kirkley, colonial marines to wipe out a threat, keep sending in beneath the colony, requested help, Hyperion crew to New Gettysburg.
Whoa. I may have missed some things, but it sounds like you're saying they're sending Marines somewhere and they keep disappearing, and now they want us to go where Marines are dying?
Look, I'm only relaying what was sent to me. Obviously, the transmission from New Gettysburg is problematic. Obviously, something's
What
causing an interference.
what's the exact mission? Are we just
Uh,
finding out what's going wrong?
let me just see. Objective. We dropped off our cargo for the recent run, did we not?
It's been taken off the ship now.
Okay, so we can say that we've done one half of the objective because there's 1/3 left. We've done 1/3 of it. There's 2/3 left. Make your way to colony MP 412, located a few parsecs from Anchorpoint. 2 weeks travel, so obviously we'll get paid for the travel there and back. Figure out what's going on. Payment for previous mission to be transferred digitally upon assets delivery at Anchorpoint. End of objective. And end of message.
Alright, well, we can always head to this colony and get better communication with them,
Yes.
and
Probably
then
will.
assess from there what is needed to proceed. Should we see if we can perhaps get some more arms for the crew?
Let me see if I can find
Based
more
off what you're
information.
telling me this transmission said, it doesn't sound like a safe place for us to be.
Well, the fact that the message is so garbled, I don't understand myself. They wouldn't send this message unless there was a concern for us to have to be there. But look, I will see if I can find out what exactly New Gettysburg is about, like what exactly it's all about, and what it does, and see how old the colony is, and we'll go from there. Okay?
Miss
Very good.
Drake, I do have a hypothesis of why that might be.
Yes, Hannah?
In interstellar communications, in general, there are designated target coordinates and very specific narrow bandwidths that are used. Those need
Cody,
to be
are you
configured.
laughing?
Yes. Did you see
Why?
what Ramba posted in the chat?
I mean, this is from the fucking first episode of the StarCraft 1 campaign.
However, if they did not have time to configure the transmission properly and had to rush it, it would appear as such.
Well, that's a valid point. But the problem here is we've been told to go there, so unless there's some other reason why we're being sent there, I guess we'll find out when we get there, hey?
Alright, let's do this. We're still docked with Anchorpoint. Let's do some quick discussion, see if we can find anybody here who has any information about this place.
Yeah.
Perhaps see if we can get ourselves some more weaponry.
Yeah. Let me.
Cody,
What?
what does Hana have on her in her information accessible?
About New Gettysburg.
So in terms of the colony, yeah, from your like analysis, your sort of memory banks, New Gettysburg is a newish colony, so there's not a ton of information on it, and you know that its big shtick is that it is rich in platinum. So it is primarily a mining colony.
Gettysburg is a platinum mining colony established within the last 10 years.
And it has problems that needed Marines that apparently are disappearing. Let's ask around the station, see if we can get more information on this place, and see if we can get some more weaponry
It's
or something
priority.
just in case.
Sorry to say, Captain, but it does say in the message we are to go straight there after drop-off.
Merde.
I know. Look, obviously there's a reason why the company is getting us to go there.
If the company gets my crew killed, I'm blaming you. Just so you know.
Leroux.
And then she
trust
walks
me,
away.
Captain Leroux, if you are dead, you will not be able to worry about such things.
She pauses, turns on her heels, and looks at Hana and says, I said my crew, not me.
Hana just looks confused that she is starting to realize not to say something in response.
Then Leroux nods and just turns and heads back towards the bridge to tell Romero the coordinates.
Hana turns to Miss Drake. Was that a more appropriate response to that type of a scenario?
In all honesty, Hana, I don't know. But I guess we'll find out when we get to this colony if we really should have been sent here, because I honestly think this is I think how the Marines would say, is a FUBAR mission.
Yes, however, there is one particular warning, feel must be stated. If anything
And?
should happen to the crew, and they blame you for it, violence may ensue against you.
The life of a company agent is never a good one. And there's never a good person on the other end.
I see. Well, if you need anyone dealt with, I am capable.
Jesus Christ. Holy
I will
shit,
not
that
resort
sounds
to
threatening as hell.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, Hana's saying I'm your personal assassin here.
I'm not encouraging you to do something that I'm ordering you to do. I believe I can handle myself, but for now, let's just stick to the mission. We go to the planet, do what we need to do, find out who this Megan Kirkley is, and we'll go from there. And Drake will turn and yell that loud enough for Leroux to know that I am thinking about the crew's safety, because as far as I'm concerned, this is a fucked up kind of transmission.
Also, it's very strange, your particular management style compared to other people within the company, as most usually have a matters are absolute kind of attitude, whereas you give the current captain much leeway.
The captain, in my eyes, well, I trust Leroux's judgment. Even if Leroux may not trust mine, but that's not my call. And Drake will just head straight back to the corporate street.
Alright, I will ponder this. Thank you for your assistance, Miss Drake.
I guess we're going to I think we'll probably have to FTL it. Probably be a
Yep.
better idea.
So,
Alright, Romero,
yeah,
make it
but
so.
before that though, so while this is going on, so what is Dr. McCoy up to?
While this goes on, he's just in the science lab. Kind of like Dallas, just putting on the music.
Okay.
Just relaxing.
Probably by the. I will
Well,
probably go
he's
ahead.
tending to some of the earlier samples and all that,
Oh.
like the weird glowy rocks.
Yeah, all that stuff. You were saying something, Dax?
Oh, I was going to turn and say quickly before we got too far. That way, those two, both Rumba and Lux, can have some dialogue if they wanted to. They would have been given the message of what was sent to us, so that they can see what exactly I've seen. Because I'm a fair company agent.
I know, you
It's
believe in
actually-
transparency, it's weird.
Yeah. Like,
Transparency gets us everywhere.
Yeah, especially the courtroom.
Oh shit.
Miss
So-
Delacroix,
Oh shit.
Oh god.
our preceding scenario, we're heading to New Gettysburg. From what we can tell about the transmission sent, there may be combat involved.
And
And
Oh boy.
where our current status as far as our requisitions for medical supplies?
it should have been topped off last we checked, and we haven't used any in between. Secondly, we're an exploration crew, not Marines.
I see. Would you require any additional materials?
Yes, I would. If looking at this, we're going in there. What is the population of the colony? All of that.
Hanna will list that off. Cody?
Of what your stock is?
No.
Oh no, the population of the colony,
the
all of
population
this.
colony. It's I would say it's probably hovers around 1,000 or so, maybe a couple hundred.
Sort of like LV-426
Well, no,
and sort of stuff.
LV-426 was small. Like it was less than 200, but this colony has probably got like a couple hundred people.
Nice.
Okay.
So it's bigger than LV-426.
The census tabulation indicates it's over 9,000.
But yeah, so that's what's up with the planet's population. It's at it's a couple hundred at least.
All right, and afterwards, we're going to be able to at least undock and stretch our legs for a bit, or are we going to be having to deal with all these bushfires, Hannah?
Unfortunately, I'm not in a scenario to make that call. It's either up to the captain or Miss Delacroix, or excuse me, Miss Drake.
The captain is Laurel. I am Delacroix, and Drake is the agent.
Though, as a medical officer, I believe you do have certain authorities if you can consider it an emergency to demand there be, for health reasons, for the crew, for there to be a
You're
law.
talking about the standard ICC quarantine. Yes, but also let's not forget in sub 3 on the contract. We're all basically working for the company, and the company can see fit to bypass certain regulations when deemed necessary.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go and talk with McCoy before I get everything buttoned down.
One last thing, and it is more of a observation and potential thought of what you might request. Your son Matthew.
Yes?
I've been looking through varying bits of Earth literature, and children tend to have their own room, with toys and such, which we do not have. I was thinking that perhaps we could convert one of the living areas into such a place. Conversely,
Oh,
also,
that would be very good. It's just that we just arrived on this ship and we haven't had a time to just figure that out. But if there is a room available, that would be excellent, Hana.
yes, if you would like, given the amount of time that you spend in cryosleep in comparison with me, I could work on converting one of the rooms during your next time that we go under. In between
Which is
maintenance, of
most
course.
likely going to be soon, isn't it? From the way this is, we're going to be disembarking right quick.
Yes. So, I take it you would like me to do that then.
Just get a place designated, all of this, and then we can talk about how we'll decorate it. Okay?
Alright then. Thank you. I
No,
hope
thank
that
you.
I appreciate it. This is a odd sensation, for lack of a better term.
Understood. You'll get used to it.
Human behavior is a very complex.
You don't say.
Well, Matthew, she goes down. Could you please tell me what you would like?
And he's going to go start getting that listed off. And then I guess it's going to be heading over to where McCoy is.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Hana will end up going to Miss Drake and, do the whole request. I'm not going to play out that scene, but I imagine she'll probably say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Keep Delacroix happy, keeps the kid happy, keeps everyone out of my hair.
Yeah. McCoy, why are we getting sent into a place where Marines aren't able to handle a situation?
Oh, right, that. Fuck if I know.
Hell of yeah. I'll be honest. I don't know how to handle a gun, so we're going to be going into what is it? A combat situation?
Yeah. Well, what do you think I can do? I shot my dad's airsoft rifle every now and then, but I ended up in medical school, didn't I?
Well, look at the bright side. At least you didn't shoot your eye out.
Yeah. Well, tell it to the dog Ringo we had.
Poor dog.
Poor dog indeed.
His ass was never the same. Anyway, fuck if I know why they put us there. I don't like the trend, though. First the raptor shit, now this crap. Like they're pushing us more and more to do all the dirty work. It's not what I signed up for. We're both
Dirty work?
goddamn
It's more along the
professional.
lines of like, alrighty, we basically have a science exploration team, and we're going to be basically doing the bitch grunt work of being a bunch of Marines trying to wrangle dangerous animals or clear out an infestation of hopefully dangerous animals and not say an insurgency.
Well, I'm a scientist. I'm with the union. If they make me do any other crap than was put in my job description, they're gonna hear it.
Yeah, well, I just hope is we don't get into some sort of shooting war down there, or it's basically all foobard. They didn't even deign to give us a fucking squad of mercenaries to go with us.
Well, you
Well,
do
like I
have some
said,
security officers and Hana, so.
Oh yes, but people specially designed to just go in and deal with a. Oh yes, we sent in a couple of squads of Marines and they just disappeared.
I'll just say, people like us, this is not our line of work. We don't take risks like that.
Well, I mean, there is some risks, but there's also stupid risks and smart risks.
Yeah, it's just a
Then this is
standard,
the stupid
just a
risk.
boilerplate hazard pay for unsettled worlds and all that crap. But this is just downright ending up in combat situations. Stuff we're not trained for, stuff we did not sign up for, stuff that's not my specialty. I'll leave that to the guys that eat the crayons, you know what I'm saying?
Ah, yes. Well, if worst comes to worst, how's your Russian?
Bit rusty. Did internship in Moscow though, but mostly finished it up on Luna.
Novilan or?
Hmm.
Oh, the colony of Novilan.
Possibly.
Okay. Well,
Thank
we'll
you.
just.
That's to be sent to Drake's computer.
Yeah, just saying. Keep your wits about you. Don't let them
Yeah, well,
talk
I'll
you
then
into
speak
grabbing
for
a
us
gun.
and just say is we're unarmed and we're just scientists.
Yeah. And we're unionized. I mean, you are, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We're
Although
supposed to be
some
goddamn
help that
fun.
is, isn't it?
Well, it is gonna be. I'm gonna see what the fuck they're gonna pull on us. If it's not in the contract, I'm not doing it. Look, I'm synthesizing all their crap here, working through it. He gestures to the lab. Just proper contract work. Whatever. I'm not picking up a gun and actually try to play soldier at it, you know? Defense is one thing. It's kind of dangerous shit.
It's also
I'll
really
I'll
a
leave
lot
it to the
different when you have
jarheads.
to shoot and kill a person.
I mean, hey, if it's defense, sure, but I'm not going to put my neck on the line for stuff that I did not sign up for.
Yeah, same here.
All right. Well, glad we see eye to eye on that.
Yep.
So, you guys ready to enter hypersleep and get going?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
So,
Well, at least
oh no, you go ahead.
I was just going to say Hannah used to be Amazon droid.
It's
She's
like,
her AI is a fork of Alexa.
Miss Drake, I believe we should instigate a pod where they can pee for close to their work sites, so they do not need to go to the restroom.
And then Hannah starts recommending there is a sale on headphones, Miss Drake.
Like, damn it, Jeff
I
Bezos
thought you
bought
were
a
in.
new Tony.
I thought you might be interested in this product.
Oh my god.
I heard something about union detected. You might be interested in this.
So, anyways, so yeah, you guys, you go into the freezers. 2 weeks pass, and Hana wakes you up.
Yeah, Han converts the one room. I'll do the one on the right.
Yeah, and you convert that into like a playroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I think I can actually do like write text on. Yep, I can. So I will do that. I will write. How do I do that? Oh my god.
Where
That
would
text.
we
Yes,
where
this-
would we put a playroom?
Okay, how the hell do you shrink the text?
I double click it.
Okay, double clicked. With. Or is there just a scale option or?
Yeah, there it is. You can just change the font size. I'll give you a prompt for that.
Okay, so let me just try that.
Yes. This time when they wake up, Hannah has like the gourmet coffee ready for them. Like she's got like a little tray, different coffee cups in them, based upon what she had observed people preferred to drink from the prior times.
Were you sifting through people's wastage?
Ew.
No, I was observing you while you were eating and
Oh.
drinking.
Still creepy.
So, Captain LaRoe would grab her coffee that Hannah points out and head straight to the bridge to try and establish communications with the colony.
I think
So
Drake will follow in
so
suit.
okay, so we're out of cryo.
Yeah, you leave
Okay.
cryo after 2 weeks. You're currently in the mess hall, but first LaRoe goes to the. Sorry, what was jokes? So LaRoe goes to the bridge, and you try to, you go to like I guess whatever comm station. I think it's the sensor station, or actually no, you could do that from the command station. um, so you go there and you what do you say?
The colony's called New Gettysburg, right?
Yep.
All right, so yeah, I'd hit the outgoing comms and say, "Colony of New Gettysburg, this is the Hyperion, responding as requested. Do you copy?"
And you hear a bunch of like radio whirring and static. Uh, you eventually do hear some speech, but it is very very broken up, and you can like occasionally make out like a word here or a word there, but um, you like by default the connection is not the greatest. You
Well,
could,
if there's any of
however,
those high-pitched statics that screech across the thing, I would end the transmission.
well, you could if you want maybe make a Comtech roll to try to clear up the signal. And by you, I mean basically anybody who wants to. If you tell them like, "Hey, somebody make a Comtech roll."
Hold on, let me see what my Comtech even is.
Does the
Oh.
SSD apply?
Uh,
I
yeah,
got a
sure.
7.
Alrighty.
My Comtech roll completely is like an 8.
Oh,
All right. Yeah, honorable assist.
Matthew. There we go. Let the kid do
Oh,
it.
Matthew! Yeah, the kid does the job. There you go. See,
The
Oh
kid
my
just
god, this sounds
goes
like
up
teen
as we're all
equivalent.
hearing this, and this does it as you guys are trying to figure out who wants to do it, and then just does it.
um,
I think this is where Drake will look and go,
You're
"Well,
hired.
someone's a smart little kid. Would you like a job?"
Miss Drake, child labor is currently illegal. However,
If he's
Wayland
wanting to
County
do
is
the
working on
work,
overturning that law. It's over Prop
if I get
72.
permission from the mother or the parent, I think it's more than fine.
Are you arguing about this in front of me? What does the transmission say now?
so the transmission is somebody saying it's like New Gettysburg to Hyperion. Yeah, I don't know how you are you able to hear us?
You're coming in much better now.
Oh, good, 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 good. Yeah, we I don't know what's the connection's been a little bit spotty on our end to say the least. But we're down here. We have our beacon's active, so head on down. Our colony administrator is waiting to speak with you.
Can you give me an update of the situation by chance? Your original message was very garbled. We
I
didn't
think
make
it would
out
be best
everything.
if we discussed it in person.
Look, before I bring my ship and crew into a potentially hostile situation, I would like to know
The
what to prepare
surface.
for.
He says it's like we don't have the situation down here is not immediately hostile. I can assure you of that.
Okay, but
This
what
is
can you tell me
where
about the
Yes, but he
situation?
used the word hostile, Captain.
this is where Drake will jump in and go, "Captain, do you mind if I try?"
Hands the little handset over. Be my
New
guest.
Gettysburg, New Gettysburg Station. This is Uma Drake from Wayland Yutani. Am I able to go ahead and get any information? Because I think the captain would like to know just as much as I do.
Yeah, the guy on the other end, he'll tell you this much. He'll say it's like, well, first of all, do you have any questions for him, like any specific?
Just give us the brief rundown of what is the problem. Just a short version.
So he says it's like, we've had radio interference for quite a while, and we sent, we sent a team down to try to figure it out. We weren't able to figure it out up here, but we haven't heard back from our team. That's all he'll say
Okay.
now.
All right.
I would, Matthew isn't tall, right?
It's a small kid.
I'm
He
just
was
making
like
sure, before I say that I crouch down by him, I want to make sure that I have to. Yeah, so I would crouch down and be like,
just imagine it's newt sized.
okay. I crouch down by him and be like, hey, when you were messing with the comms just now, any chance you were able to detect the kind of relays they were using?
Well then, could I push the previous roll, GM?
Yes.
Let's get additional information. Will do. I think so.
You're stressing the kid out.
It's like, oh god, they're asking stuff now.
Yeah.
I was just
Yes, don't bring attention to myself. That was a bad thing. But yeah, he starts really getting into like the nitty gritty details of it. It seems to me he spends a lot of time reading that stuff.
So
Okay, so my question for the GM with that kind of success, would we know if this is a interference that is fixable via like an EVA to a communication satellite, or
no, the connection, there's no satellite or transponder beacon above. That's not the problem. The problem is beneath the colony.
there's some kind of like electrostatic, something that's
There's something
making this issue
below the colony that's causing some kind of interference.
And here I was hoping for a quick fix.
When have we known Wayland Yutani to give us something that's of a quick fix?
You never know, they might have bad information. They obviously can't talk to anybody without help.
This is where Uma will go ahead and point to the transmission, go, that's clear enough that they didn't have a good, clear understanding of what our problem was.
I still don't like this. Marines going disappearing, trying to fix a interference issue.
Well,
Something's not adding up here.
Well, maybe the colony administrator will be able to tell us more.
Alright, Romero, bring us down.
Aye, Captain. And then she, begins the descent to New Gettysburg. And so, as for what the planet looks like, so the planet has, a very, the terrain looks to be a mix of blood red spots and then orange. So there are large red.
Yeah,
regions.
what do we know about this thing? Is it breathable? Are we gonna be in EVA suits?
Yeah, if you want extra info on what the surface is like, you can do a Comtech scan, like an orbital scan, like you did before.
Well, I mean, wouldn't that information be available? There's a colony that's been here for 10 years.
True. That's a good point. So, the air is breathable. I mean, in terms of the other stuff, if you're curious about it, they never really mentioned it in the
I just want to make sure that we know the general safety of it. Okay.
You can breathe. It's not corrosive. There is an atmosphere, etc., etc. So that's all well and good. So you come, cruising down in the atmosphere. I do not have a map of this colony, so this sort of act is going to be kind of theater of the mind. And you come in for a landing. The thrusters kind of spin up. Through the windshield, you can tell there's actually a very slight sort of dust storm going on, but the visibility is enough to where Sierra is still able to bring the Hyperion in for a safe landing. The ship bounces slightly. There's a thud when it lands, uh, and you eventually can faintly hear and feel the cargo ramp deploy, so you are able to leave the Hyperion. And in front of you lies the colony.
Alright, I guess I would put on my best dress and descend to go greet you said the colony admin
Yeah,
is
the
the one
colony
who's going to
admin
give us a proper
is
briefing?
yeah she the colony administrator is going to be there. So you come out. Uh, do you come out on your own? Do you bring the security crew? Do you bring the rest of the crew? What do you do?
Probably just me and Drake and Hannah for now.
Okay. So, yeah, you.
And I would tell everybody to be on standby.
Yep.
Because we don't have any real info yet, so.
Yes. Captain,
So,
would
oh,
you
sorry.
would you prefer I am prepared for combat?
I don't think it will be necessary at this point. Just sidearms for now. We're
I
not coming
see.
here in a show of force. We're supposed to be helping them with something, right? As I look over at Drake.
Your
I
guess
see.
is as good as mine.
I see. Well, if violence does instigate, feel free to hide behind me.
Absolutely, you can take any shot for me you want. Alright, so when we descend, would it be clear who is the admin of this place?
Yeah. So there's a long-haired brunette clad in tightly worn-out jeans, weathered boots, and a white tank top. Comes strutting over to you. Who are you?
Oh, is the planet warm?
Well, I mean, it's a desert planet.
Oh, okay, I missed that part, sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I've sent you the transmission and the info so that you've got the same info as everyone else.
So I would walk up, hold out my hand, and say, Captain Leroy of the Hyperion, are you the colony administrator?
So yeah, Hyperion. Thank the fuck Christ. Glad to have you here. I'm Megan, colony administrator, but you can call me Megan.
Alright, Megan, what the hell's going on here?
All right. So, uh, if just follow me to the administration building if you wouldn't mind. I'll be glad to answer any questions you got.
Very good, after you.
Yeah.
I just kind of
So
arches an eyebrow at Agent Drake behind the admin's back.
Hmm.
Yeah, Hana
She'll.
works to basically be between them and slightly in the front, so if she needs to jump one way or the other, she can.
So Megan leads you through the colony. It's pretty. It's basically sort of like a much larger, more high-tech version of like an old Western style town. You see a lot of miners and Daihotai tractors just kind of moving along. She guides you into the colony ops building akin to the one on Hadley's Hope. Brings you over to her office and then takes a seat down, gestures for you to sit down, um, and then starts talking. So she says, "All right, to get down to brass tacks, I don't know if our signal made it all the way through, but just to nutshell it, we've had radio interference coming from beneath New Gettysburg. A team that went down to check has gone missing. We have no idea what to expect, and we can't keep sending colonists down there."
Well, why was our ship specifically requested? We're not search and rescue.
We sent out a call to Wayland Yutani, and they, I'm guessing, sent you. That's I mean I didn't request you specifically. I called for assistance from the colony or from the company, and they said, "Okay, we're going to send a crew," and I guess that crew is you. And they gave us a name, Hyperion, and she just does that like hands gesture, of, like, yeah, that's all. In terms of that,
Well,
at least.
Drake will introduce herself and go, Uma Drake, Wayland Yutani. I think that's the reason why we're here, because we only knew what we were informed, which was, and this is where Drake will show the transmission that they received from the company to say
Like
it.
the audio transmission or like the mission objectives.
The new get the what the no no the one that
What we
shows the
received that's all like garbled and crap and scary.
Yeah, that.
Mm.
So she listens to it just kind of intently, and then saying it's like, well, since I honestly don't remember what the hell I originally said, if you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them.
So, what exactly what do you know so far about why exactly you're having problems?
Okay.
How did it all start?
So, we were having some unusual disturbances with long range and short range communications. We figured out that there was disturbance coming beneath the colony in the caves connected to the colony's platinum mines.
Okay.
Our lead marshal, Sheriff Redwell, he led a team down into the caves to investigate the interference, but contact with the sheriff and his team was lost. And then, she continues to say it's like, since we don't exactly know what's going on, we have no idea whether it's just they got lost or the signal was jammed or somebody got hurt or if there's something down there. We don't know. We don't really have the a proper team to keep sending down there in case there is something down there that's causing problems. In the event that it is some sort of threat, we mention Marines only because we can't necessarily afford to call in the Colonial Marines to wipe out some sort of threat that isn't actually there.
And Drake will put up her hand and go, so the company sent us instead to avoid the possibility of having problems with colonial means if it was a simple malfunction.
Well, you're scientists, are you not?
I'm a
Yes, but as I
synthetic.
said, we're not search and rescue, which is exactly what you're
Well, no,
describing
we're
you
not.
need.
I'm not necessarily sending you in to find the sheriff. I'm sending you in to figure out what's causing the problem in the first place. If you find the sheriff, that's great, but we need to at least know what we're dealing with, and we can't figure that out from up here.
Alright, do you have pups in your colony?
We tried sending pups down there, but they weren't able to get a reading. It seems like once they get to a certain point, past the mines, then they either completely stop working or they're no longer able to send a signal.
Did
How
any
long
of
has your
the
sheriff been missing?
Sheriff Redwell has been missing for at least a few weeks now.
did
And I
any of
assume
them
they
have
didn't take food and
transmitters
water?
on them?
What now? Two people were talking.
We both were asking important questions at the same time.
Oh,
Did any of them have transmitters on them, either the colonists
yeah,
or the
they had
Marines?
PDTs, Hadley's Hope style, but kind of like with the pups, their signals just disappeared.
My question
That's
was, would they have known to take food and water with
Yeah,
them for 3 weeks?
yeah, they had rations.
That would last 3 weeks.
Well, they might not have lasted 3 weeks.
So we might not find them. They're dead of starvation or dehydration.
Possibly, and by possibly I mean probably. She can't. So she's saying, but we
And now
just
you want us, people who are unfamiliar with this area and the mines entirely, to figure out what they could not?
well,
Drake will step in and go, Captain Laura, do you mind? Give us a minute, Administrator Coakley.
I practice
Captain.
one of your caps.
Captain, there's a problem. The way I wrote up our contract, basically the same clause of what Ren Utani expects us to do is, well, if we get asked to do something, we do it, and if we don't, we lose out on pay.
Okay, what does the suicide mission even pay?
Last I checked, and the transmission, I think, did it state?
Yeah, the trans. Well,
Mm,
your orders from Wayland.
no,
Your orders from Wayland
no, it only
Utani.
says the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It only states the 2 weeks there, 2 weeks back. At this moment in time, they're only paying us for the travel here. I think once we inform them of what we found out from the situation and whatever else, I'm gathering it's going to be obviously a bigger payout. But I would have to get in contact with Wayland themselves and find out the mission parameters that they originally got.
Alright, very good. Until we have confirmation that this suicide mission is worth the cost, we're not going into those mines. Well-trained
Unfortunately,
individuals went down there and have been missing for 3 weeks. We're a bunch
I,
of scientists and a couple of security personnel. How do you expect us to fare better?
well, Captain, unfortunately, well, the moment that we all signed on to the first mission, we gone ahead and said that any mission parameters that come into our, well, hands, we are to do it. Otherwise, we are forfeiting all rights to any missions from there on.
So you're
So
saying they
whatever this,
fire us all if we don't offer to commit
no, they
suicide?
will just not. They will not pay us at all because we refuse to take on the mission, even though we're here. But we've just wasted 2 weeks getting here.
You will not be fired. You will be heavily disciplined, potentially put into a debtor's colony, depending on what the considered damages are, which they will then charge you.
Drake gives the side-eyed look to Hannah, going, "Thank you, Hannah." But Hannah is right. They won't
Alright, Miss
fire us
Drake,
because we are prone.
you discuss whatever you need to. I'm going to go back and talk to the crew about this.
Alright, I will coordinate from here and see what I can find out.
Very good. Alright, it was nice meeting you, Miss Kinsley.
It's Kirk.
And then just like storms off,
Well, I thought
heading
you guys
back
were
to the
talking
Hyperion.
outside her office, not like right in front of her.
Oh, I figured it was like an aside in the corner of the room.
I would have pulled Leroux as far back as possible, still within the room, but within whispering distance to talk without it being overly overt that basically we're kind of having a bit of a disagreement of understanding.
Yeah. And then after she goes, Hannah turns to Miss Drake and states, and also consider, Miss Drake, those are just the legal avenues that they have to go after people.
I do know this, that's why I was trying my best to go ahead and hush it out to turn and say, look, we're here to do a job, basically. Wayland doesn't care if they have to turn around and actually not pay us. Basically, if we don't get paid for doing it, we don't get paid. So technically, we're here to do a job, but I'll find out more about what exactly they want us to do because we've got very little information. Miss
Well-
Kirkley,
Yes.
can I access to your communications relay to get in contact with Wayland Yutani headquarters?
If you can fare better than we did, then sure.
I'm sure I can try something. I'll see what I can do.
I mean, I should warn you that definitely it doesn't exactly it isn't an immediate connection out here, especially with our our issues.
I know. Even if we try to get as much information and have them repeat it back to us, repeat the message as much as they can, that way at least we can go ahead and see if we can piece together the information.
Are you saying from New Gettysburg or from Wayland Utani?
We will do it will be more of a, what's it called? A Marco Polo method of relaying sending the message from New Gettysburg to Hyperion to hopefully puncture through the atmosphere and whatever interference to get to Wayland HQ and see if they can send as much information back if there's interference involved. So, Marco,
You could try it, but you might not get an immediate answer.
What's the possible waiting time of getting a? Would you say would be the how long do you think that would take for the information to get back?
At least a week.
I don't think Captain Leroy's not gonna like this. Alright, well, try our best. Alright. Oh, I do have my SIGs and... Yes, I do have my SIGs and diagnostic device on hand. Because I brought my suitcase. I made sure I brought my suitcase. Okay, I'm going to patch into their comm systems to connect up to the Hyperion to go ahead and see if I can use a relay buoy.
Alright, so you're gonna contact it? Yep. There you go.
I'm going to push that. Hold on, can I actually push that? No, I can only do that with cunning. That's fine, and cunning is wits. Wait a second, wits. Was that manipulation? Nope, I'll push it twice then.
Make sure you check the box.
Ah, fuck, I forgot to push the box. Hold on, you know what? I can just... Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
Alright, stress. Kept it together.
Excellent. So when you were pushing, like, what are you trying to do with those extra successes?
Alright, I'm gonna try to see if I can try to focus the transmission to go ahead and be a much more direct narrowband transmission to Wayland HQ, put a priority message on it, and indicate message to be repeated until confirmation of receiving.
Now, when you say the message should be repeated, are you talking about the one you originally received?
Yes, for clarification of more information. If it's going to take a week, we're going to get that. It's going to take a week. But if they can turn around and say, "Hey, we only got this bit of information. What the hell did you want us to do?"
Now, if you want
Because
something from the colony, like, you can just ask, but like Wayland Utani, they already gave you your orders.
actually, I would probably turn around. I will completely scrap that and go ahead and say, actually, no. I'll turn around and say, I know I said to Laura I'll be going ahead and sending a transmission. I'll just turn and send a personal message to family. Go, hey, how you doing? What's happening? Da 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 da. Yeah, I'm having a fun time on the colony. Yeah, it's going well. I'm having traveling, traversing, you know, the usual things and blah blah blah. And she'll just say, sent to family. 4 different destinations: lunar colony, somewhere past LV426, and who knows what else along the way. And she'll be like, all right, I better go ahead and maybe just ask around the colony since they probably know more information about what happens around here.
I mean,
Miss Kirkley.
I was about to say you're in the office of the colony administrator, so I don't think it gets much better than that.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think she has any issues if I just hijacked her terminal. Miss Kirkley, who'd probably be the best person to know more about the mines around here?
Well, in terms of the mines, I reckon you could pretty much ask, the miners pretty much, or they all tend to converge at our local bar. So, if you want to go there, maybe get a drink in the process, get some more information, then that would be a good start.
Sounds like a good idea. And for the meantime, can you be a wonderful dear and give me every bit of information that you can scourge from the computer systems and send it to my data terminal on the Hyperion while I ask some people. That way I can go ahead and give every bit of information I can to Captain Leroy to be able to do this mission.
Very well. I'll see to it. I'll see to it that it gets done.
Alright, thank you. And this is where Uma will go to the local bar to go ahead and actually ask around. She's going to stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, because you see like a bunch of rough, dirty, greasy, sort of like miners, and then some colony, like regular colony staff. The bar
Mhm.
is very similar to the one, well, it's sort of similar to the one on, on Anchorpoint Station.
Okay. All right. She'll gesture at the bartender to give her a drink. She doesn't care. She'll just be able to handle whatever they throw at her. And she will go ahead and ask the bartender one question. Who here is the foreman for the mines around here?
That would be, and his eyes sort of like scan the room. He points over to a guy with a big mustache, Stipe.
Stipe. Ah, thank you. Is this drink gonna kill me?
Depends on if you're as tough as these folks.
I'm sure I can handle it, but I just had to ask. Thanks. She'll just grab the drink and she'll go over to this person named Stipe.
Stipe,
Stipe!
yeah, he sees, when you say his name, he just like his head slowly rolls over towards like, yeah, what do you want?
My name is Uma Drake. I'm from the company.
Mm-hmm. Like he just has a
I need
very,
you to. Sorry.
well, he just has a very sort of apathetic look in his eyes, like very dull look, and just kind of gazes at you with disinterest. But he is at least looking at you and potentially listening to what you have to say. So
Look, let's cut to the bullshit. Sorry, cut through the bullshit. I need to know what you know about these mines. I am very short on time, I'm short on patience, and trust me, I think this drink will most likely try to kill me, but I would love for it to try, so I will make it worth your while. You tell me every bit of information about this colony, every little nook and cranny, and what you know about what is going on down there.
look, all I know about what's going on down there is that they said to that the sheriff went down there and he and his people got lost, and the CA told us to stay out of the mines until the situation's resolved.
Oh, come on. I'm sure you would have learned more information than what everyone else would have been told.
All I was told was to stay out of the mines.
Is he telling the truth if I was to observe him?
Yeah, he's being honest. Like
Okay.
you're able to pay, I mean, if you want to make manipulation, you can, but he's
No, if he's
yeah
appearing to be
yeah
telling the truth, then I'm
he's
not
sticking
going to
to his
judge.
story that you're looking at body language and stuff. You can tell that yeah he looks sort of uh unenthused and sort of dull, but he is he's not really giving off any vibes of like a liar. Like he doesn't have that like whole subtle smirk or look in his eye or any of that other shit that would give you the indication that he's holding something back. He's just saying that's like he keeps telling us like, look, they the sheriff went in while we were still working. He went missing, and after he went missing and contact was lost with him and his team, then they told all the miners for safety reasons to withdraw from the mine until further notice. And he will basically keep echoing that if asked until he gets pissed.
Okay. Alright. I'm sorry to be bothering you. But do you know who else might know more information and is willing to have their time paid for to have that information given to me?
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you're looking for.
I just want to know why exactly we're here because have no information. All I know is that you've repeated exactly the same thing as what the administration have stated,
That's
and
all I
I
know. That's all we know. We don't
I
know
know
what's going on
I
here.
I get it. I get it. I'm just asking if you know someone else who might know more than what you know.
Um,
And if you
so
don't,
yeah, he
that's
doesn't.
fine.
He just says like, look, lady, I don't know what I'm just here to unwind. All this shit's getting to my fucking head.
All right, that's fine. She will. indicate towards the bartender to turn, actually say, put it on my tab, and she'll turn and say to Stipe and say, look, for inconveniencing you, you could put the next 5 rounds on my tab, and I'll have it directed to my personal account of Wellingutani for your inconvenience.
The bartender nods. It's like, yeah, sounds good, Miss Drake. If
Thank you.
if memory serves, you introduced yourself anyway, right?
No, I didn't get around to it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then retcon that.
I mean, if you gave a credit card so he
Yeah,
has
yeah, that's
a way
true.
to
That's
charge your tab, it would be on
Oh
there.
yeah, good point.
Oh,
So
yeah.
then, yeah, so
Yep.
then, he looks at the
No
card.
one will
It's
say
like,
that.
yeah, very well, Miss Drake.
And she'll turn and say, and just for him only, no one else. And she'll finish the drink, and she'll probably go ahead and give that disgusted look, going, God, this tastes like bloody engine oil. Ugh. And she'll throw the glass over her shoulder and go, God, I'm not coming back here.
Oh god.
Way
So
to make an impression.
yeah, while you're doing that, so we go back to Captain Lareau heading back aboard the Hyperion.
Yeah, and I would call the crew on the Hyperion to the bridge, so that hopefully everybody's there. And I would just like sit literally on the edge of the hollow table and be like, "All right, here's the straight and narrow of what's going on. Basically, the translation message being garbled. They did not send colonial marines in there. It's a mine, but they did send their marshal in to figure out why they're getting interference from somewhere past their mines. He has been missing for 3 weeks, so I assume he is dead. And Ms. Drake, Agent Drake, has informed me that if we do not proceed to investigate the cause of the interference and hopefully fix it, then we forfeit all possible future contracts with Weyland-Yutani and will be found in violation of our current ones. Any questions?
So what's the job? We're just gonna go in, check things out, and then leave?
We're supposed to go investigate and see if we can find the source of this interference that's causing their communications issues.
Did they tell you when it started, or is it just always been?
I unfortunately did not get to that point because, in my opinion, this is a suicide mission. If people who are well known to these mines have been missing for 3 weeks, what chance do we have of figuring out the problem? The only reason I'm bringing it to your attention is because the question is whether you care about your jobs more than your lives. And apparently, if we don't fulfill our jobs, you might even lose your lives. I believe it was mentioned that violating our contracts could send us to debtor's prison or something similar.
This is Wayland and Connie. They'll do worse things.
Let me just be clear, I don't like this job any more than any of you probably will. So, McCoy, what are your thoughts investigating electromagnetic interferences or whatever is going on here? Think you can find the source better than some idiot marshal?
Explain what? No, no,
Exactly.
sorry. I just got my my Discord partner hoodie, so it's an amazing moment.
Oh my
Uh,
God, this is so funny.
He's like, I'm not listening.
No, I was just dropped out. I just stepped out for a minute.
Oh my God, he didn't hear any of it.
All right, so quick recap, Lux. Suicide mission.
Yeah.
But if we don't do it, then we're in violation of our contracts and we'll be unhireable forevermore. And Wayland Yutani will make it, so we would rather be dead anyway. And then asked McCoy, so what are your thoughts? Do you think we'll have any better chance of tracking down the cause of the electromagnetic interference than some stupid marshal who's probably dead?
Respect for the dead much. Stupid Marshall. Jesus Christ.
He got lost. He's dead. It's been
Well,
3
how does that
weeks.
make
There's
him
no
an
way
idiot?
he.
Like,
Because it's his mind. He knows this planet, and he.
If he
should
didn't
know
have a
that they're
failsafe
bad.
and realize, oh shit, I need to find a way to backtrack, yeah.
Yes.
Well, of course, our odds are better, but just gonna tell you, the Union is not gonna like this shit, no matter what whaling Utani might want to spout.
Well, I don't know what your union contract says, but apparently all of our
I
whaling
work in
Utani
science,
contracts,
not security.
and we're not doing security, so they will absolutely fight that. They're saying we're
Not
investigating the
exactly.
cause of an electromagnetic interference. This has nothing to do with security.
Yeah, right. Well, up to the hazard pay clause, I'll go, but not further than that.
Well, all I will say is, for me and on your behalf, I will be fighting for a very enormous payout, depending on how dangerous this situation is.
I'll be like, I don't know how it's here with my colleague here in the field, but I'll be taking this to the Union, that's for sure. I'm not gonna put a toe further than the hazard pay clause takes us. If it turns into any kind of wild goose chase involving guns, maniacs, dangerous animals, they're not part of the contract. I want to see a bonus at the end of this.
And as I said, I will definitely be fighting for that for
Captain, if
everyone.
you can
All
get
right.
the agent to
Someone's
guarantee
gonna.
a hazard pay bonus, we're going to be willing to get into the mine and spelunk.
All right.
As long as
if
it's
she's
still
getting
in
more
light of.
information for us, Agent
Yes.
Drake is also reaching out to Wayland Yutani to see if we can get any more information about whether this actually falls under our contract. And we'll proceed from there when she returns to the ship.
So you're going to say is we're going to be waiting a couple of months for them to fucking respond?
We're going to wait for Agent Drake to get back with the information she gets out of the colonists and the administrator here. At the minimum, regardless of what she finds, I'm going to demand one of the miners as a guide through at least the portions that they have, investigated so far. We're not going in here completely blind. I refuse to do that. And
I'm
Wayland
not going
Yutani should fucking know it because that's one of the reasons they hired me.
blind or not. I'm not going in there before filing a report and sending it out to the Union.
You know where the terminal is.
Absolutely. If you'll
Anybody else
excuse
have
me.
any grievances?
I love how like adamantly against going into the caves you guys are, and yet how gung ho you were about fighting raptors.
That's an
'Cause they
enemy
knew that
you see and know, though.
Yeah.
Like, there was a difference there. Going down into the deep dark of a planet, that's like claustrophobia, and there's a whole level of unknown there, you know?
Yeah, but still, it's just kind of funny.
Giving
Feels like-
scientific field support on native fauna, even if we have to capture it, even if it's ravenous. Look, as long as you got people
Surprised
with
you this
guns,
thing
expertise
goes
to handle that, fine. But an unknown that already
And then the
took
fact that
call on
people
all
are
these
missing as
specialized
well
security
is like a
people,
big
yeah,
red flag. I
that's
think that's the biggest red flag for Lareau. People who know this area went
well,
missing investigating this.
same for McCoy there. Like, there's just something that does not add up here.
I'm surprised you don't just go, oh, okay, send Hana, and then Hana doesn't go, well, we tried.
Well, if
Bye-bye.
it's electromagnetic interference, Hana might get shut down in there. We have no idea how it'll impact her. Everything else goes down. The pups go down. The PDTs.
Mm.
Yeah, it
You
depends how
really want
much.
to go in there, Hana? What if it kills you?
Depends if the unit is rated for
Hana
deep
is
space
not
operations.
alive, so Hana cannot die.
Yeah. Well, if I may,
Alright, so yeah, I guess we wait.
Yeah.
Die or destroy it can fuck you up, that's for sure.
As Babe Ruth once said, heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
I would say probably by the time maybe McCoy trying to send off a complaint to Union to say, I demand bonus for this fucked up mission, I would return.
So by the
I'm
time
also
we've all
going to
had our
complain about breach of
conversation,
contract.
and so when you return, I'd be like, Mr. Drake, can I have a private word with you?
Sure. Would you like to sit in my corporate suite and we'll have a drink?
Yes, I'd love a drink. Glances at Hana, but just you and I for now, please.
That's fine.
I'm not going to hurt you.
Hana, play with the boy.
Oh no!
Anna looks back. It's like humans and their phrases.
So, which is it? White, brown, rum, bourbon, whiskey, vodka, tequila?
I'll take some of your bourbon. Mind if I
Alright.
smoke in here?
Sure, go for it. It's either
Lights
one's
a
gonna kill us or
cigarette.
something else.
McCoy
Yes.
walks past, so you can hear him mumbling, cursing under his breath.
And
Meanwhile,
automatically you hear a ding! Oh, I know that beep. It means that's a complaint. Oh,
Meanwhile, Hana takes Matthew into the playroom and says, I'm instructed to play with you. What game would you like to play?
Pin the
He's
tail of
got
the
a lot on his
donkey!
hands right now because holy shit. Yeah.
Tell me about the birds and the bees.
Again, you mean?
Okay.
Like Hana's already
Tell me
broached
the
that
story
subject.
about the bird.
100,000 species of birds. Bees, likewise, are still considered an endangered species upon the planet
Can we
Earth.
play doctor again? Oh, just
Would you
kidding.
like to be more specific?
Okay, I gotta keep focused. Oh, shit.
Poor child.
Yes, poor child.
Alright, Ms. Drake, here's what I got out of the crew. We'll do the job, but McCoy specifically is not happy about it, says it's violating his contract, yada yada. And
This is
he
probably where, in the
demands,
midst of that, I think this is where Drake sees the actual message and go, yeah, I can see that. He wants
and
bonus. He wants hazard
additionally,
pay.
yes, hazard pay as well as a bonus, written guarantee, and then we will proceed with the investigation. Look, normally, this kind of thing, yes, I would agree, is part of our scope. However, I think we're all on edge specifically because people have gone into this place and have been missing for 3 weeks.
Captain.
Tell me that doesn't frighten you a little bit. We know nothing about this place.
Okay. One, I'm not disagreeing. This is a really screwed up situation, and I think, in all honesty, yes, I do not disagree that the fact that basically we have not been told what we're being paid for, how much we're being paid for, except for the fact that we're being paid for our travels here and back. The only reason why I mentioned the fact that if we do not complete this mission, they will not pay us because I'm looking out for our best interest. And when I say our, I mean the crew. I'm only following the directives that they are laying out. Isn't that fair to say?
I agree. However, I am in agreement with the crew as well that there should be some kind of hazard pay guarantee for this.
And
Where
I am
people have
not
already
going.
gone missing, we know we're going into a dangerous situation. The
Which is
request is
why.
not unreasonable.
Which is why I did a bit of legwork. I've sent out a message. It probably won't get back to us for about a week. But I did some legwork. I asked the administrator to send me all bits of information that about the colony, what's down below, what they were doing, what they were mining, anything specific that they were mining for, pretty much every little shish kebab that they have on record. I've even asked to speak to the foreman of the mines. He only knows, and I quote, he only knows that the sheriff left to the mines to investigate the problem. And pretty much the miners were told to evacuate, and that is it. couldn't get any more out of them because that's all they were told. And I have a feeling that that is all they know. Which means we're just going to have to take a leap of faith. But, I will say but, I will go ahead and recontact with the company and turn around and say, look, we are only aware of being paid for the trip to here and back. No indication of what the payout will be, what exactly we are needing to do, but we will go ahead and investigate. I will ask if we can have... and she's trying to think of a figure in her head of how to cover it. Be paid $100,000 for the entire mission, with a 25% bonus for hazard, and another 25 for pretty much in the death. If in the event of death, that pretty much their pay will be sent off to their loved ones. So it's essentially an additional hazard pay on top. So in effect, it will be 150,000.
Well,
Can't
let's just hope
guarantee
the
it, but
crew
I will
likes
try.
your offer.
Well, let me first go ahead and see if I can get Waylon to be on board with it. And she will go ahead and get behind her terminal and she will start writing up exactly that and turn around and say, look, I need to know what we're getting paid for. Because crew is concerned about problems. I would like more info. Paid in exposure. Indecent exposure should be done by bloody Hannah, but that's a different story.
Like, we all agree.
Alright.
We stand in the sex spot.
So yeah, I would leave you to send that and say, let's just hope the crew agrees, and then I would go tell the security team and the other scientists and everybody to just basically get prepared for every contingency. And I would definitely hand out weaponry to everybody who's going into the mines with us. Oh, and I would hand out the PDTs because they might at least work in close proximity, even if you can't read them from up here. I don't remember. Does a pup only connect to a hollow table, or can it like send
I
data
think
to a
it can
data pad?
connect to PDATs as well, but I'm not certain.
Okay,
know
Do we
so
for
have
then
a
I would
certain.
PDAT
take
on the ship?
our single expensive pup and a data pad for it to connect to, so that we can maybe map down there if it works.
Let's see if we actually do have a PD, an actual data thingamabobby off the top
You
of my
have
head.
one.
I've got a 6 in diagnostic
Oh,
device.
you don't have a
I
PDAT.
have a PDAT.
There you go. We'll send it to the doctors.
Cool. We do have
And
one
then I
pup,
would
but
also bring up my concern about Hannah to Drake during all the preparations of, since we don't know what's causing the electrical interference, it might impact Hannah. So just be aware that she might shut
you
down if we
know,
hit this area.
she's not gonna like this idea. But unfortunately, since we don't know what's going on here, and I think Miss Delacroix would not be happy with her son being by himself, but I'm worried about the fact of having to leave Hannah with the boy. Ugh. You
Meanwhile,
speak to
honey, it's
Delacroix.
like patty cake, baker's man.
He's not
Hey,
a baby.
I think this is where Drake will say, you speak to Delacroix about the fact that Hannah's staying on the ship. I'm not having a repeat of it. I've already dealt with it once. You can take round 2.
Yeah, I mean, I should mention you do have an NPC crew.
Yes, we do know we have an NPC crew, but but Laura is right about the electrical.
Interference.
I know. Well, yeah, that's true. Well, I thought the concern was like leaving Matthew alone. I was gonna like, well, you do have,
No, yeah, but it was more to the fact that basically because of the fact that Hana, I think Laura was worried about the electrical interference, whatever this interference is, might interfere with Hana's ability to well, operate?
Because we don't know. I mean, we can
Mhm.
bring her, but we don't know.
Well, we can
Like
always leave it
everything
to
else on this planet, we don't know.
No. So I will be sending off, doing a comtech roll to contact the company to say, we need pay. How's 150,000?
Well, you're gonna have to do two rolls. Then you're gonna have to do a comtech roll to try to get a hold of them first. So let's
Okay.
address that first, and you succeed, which is good because
But I cannot push.
you can't push. Well, all you need to do is succeed.
Yep.
Now,
I will do this. Yep.
Okay,
I'm keeping it together.
Good. So manipulation. Now in this case, so
It'd
You're
be
at
opposed.
-1, right?
yeah,
Because
it's
it's
opposed. Well,
via.
hold on. So you have helped your opponent previously, so that's +1. I'll say you did present your case very well in terms of laying it all out, so that's +2. However, you ask for something valuable or dangerous, and you are talking, remotely, so that it's actually going to just even out.
All right.
Roll.
And for the
It's fine.
opponent's sake, I'm just going to roll for brag.
That's fine.
So load, you fucking shit.
Just so you know, the take control talent is going into effect.
Okay.
Will they have take control as well?
Yeah, funny thing. So hold on, how does it do? You can roll manipulation using wits instead of empathy. So manipulation is. Well, I'll still just roll manipulation as normal. Actually, no, wait. I can right click and do this. All right, Drake, you're up.
All right.
Attack.
And I'm using cunning to push twice.
Oh shit. Oh,
Oh.
We'll
lucky.
save. You get a 10.
All right, yeah. Let's see what your.
Oh my god, you jinxed it!
Oh my god, damn you, Rafa. You just lost us our
Oof.
pay.
The guy probably says something that's gonna like completely terrify Drake and the rest of the crew.
Yeah, I'm worried about that.
We're not
now.
gonna get a response right now, is the thing. It takes
You
at
lose
least.
your next slow action, you still succeed. It's after 10 where
Yeah,
things get
that's true.
screwy.
Oh yeah, is it?
I thought it
Yeah.
was 10 and up is where it
Let me
replaces it.
check because the rules are literally.
I've got the book as well.
Yeah, well, I'm saying you can check in
And
Foundry. So let's see.
oh yeah, true.
So I think it's under
Yeah, it
panic.
literally is just what it says. It's just for one. You lose your next slow action. So your next one.
No, panic actions. If you roll a 10 or higher on a panic roll, you will be forced to perform a specific action, which is the panic. If the panic roll was the result of a skill check for an action, the action is canceled and immediately replaced by the forced panic action.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you would have used the slow action to manipulate, but now it got replaced by this.
Yeah, because you got nervous about, like, oh shit, I'm asking for $150,000.
Pretty much. I know there's two things I can see happening. They'll go turn and say, fuck you, you're gonna get less, or they'll turn and say, how about no pay?
Well, what they'll do, because
We don't know yet.
successes, I will say that how it's going to play out is that they'll be like, complete your mission, and then we'll discuss it from there. So it's not completely rejected, but if you want it, you're going to have to earn it.
And this is where Drake's gonna slam her
Another
fist
Union
onto...
report has just entered intergalactic space.
The thud is so loud
Hold on.
on that.
No. This is where Drake will go ahead and slam her hand onto the comms unit and to yell out saying, "Leroux, get in here!"
Someone's in trouble.
No, I left to get
Took
the
that.
crew prepped for the mission with weaponry
Yeah,
and
and
stuff.
also, Drake, don't forget your stress goes up. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Hana walks into the thing. It's like, Miss Drake, you are distressed. Would you like a massage? Some nap relief?
Not now, Hana. Before I go ahead and maybe think about reconsidering you as an actual robot. Oh, this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good. This is not going to be good.
You don't have to tell me.
No, she's all about transparency. She's all about transparency, but she's gonna turn around and try to work her little magic of trying to say, "Look, I proposed to them. They said
They
you
said
show
do the
us
job
results."
and we'll see.
Pretty much. So, have you entered the room?
Yeah, I'll come in and she's Leroy is, in like what's our best armored suit? Whatever that is, I'd be in that. I'd have my sidearm. I'm like ready for this shit.
And then you just see Drake's eyes going, "I could shoot through that armor."
Yes, Ms. Drake.
I know this wasn't the result that you're wanting, but this is the best I could do. They haven't rejected the idea of 150,000, but they haven't approved it. Their words were, "Show us results and we'll consider it."
Oh, that's about what you can expect from a company, we.
No shit. And she will get up from her desk and she's going to go for like 2 drinks of one tequila, 1 vodka, and she's just going to down both of them down.
Ms. Drake, perhaps where you've been drinking, you can stay behind as well. Monitor from
No,
here.
I'll be fine.
Arches an eyebrow.
Yeah, Hana looks back to it. Given the presumed danger of the scenario and my defense functions for keeping people alive, I believe that I should be on this mission.
Hana, we don't know what's going on down there. What if it short circuits you and you're done? How much
Then we have a
useful
body
will
to
you be?
Then we'll have a body to go ahead and pull back up from the mines, don't we?
I'm a synthetic. My life is relatively valueless in comparison with yours.
Right, but if you short circuit down there, what if you become like snaps her fingers trying to recall memory, those A2s? You know, the twitchy ones that hurt people?
I only hurt people I am ordered to. You are currently on the crew manifest. You are under my jurisdiction as a listening protection. Obviously, not as highly as Miss
So
Drake
you're
over here.
saying it is 100% impossible for any kind of electromagnetic interference to violate those oaths of yours?
Well, I guess the whole concept of
Yes.
Murphy's Law comes into play. Anything that could
Yes.
go on, will go on.
Unless my core programming is overridden, I have 4 major objectives. Protect the crew is number 4.
Well, that's
Don't
Before
ask what
going
the-
Hyperly.
down there, that puts you at risk.
And don't ask what the other 3 are, because I don't even know what the other 3 are.
You are
That's not very comforting, Agent Drake.
Miss
I'm
Drake,
saying
you
it
are
sarcastically.
priority number 1 at all times.
Oh, well, there we go. Now we revealed it.
Alright,
You have never
if you
inquired
shut
on
down
it.
and fry out, I'm leaving you behind. Unless it's safe to bring you back.
That
You
is
accept that
acceptable.
risk?
That is acceptable.
Alright, let's get this on the road. I want to get this fucking hazard pay as soon as possible. And then
I will
she
be.
heads out to make sure everybody else is ready to go.
And Drake will go ahead and say to Hana, "I will be there in a minute. I just need to calm off."
I can make you any drinks you would like, Miss Drake. Likewise, any
No,
food.
no. I just need to center myself, and I'll be fine. You get yourself prepped up and ready for the mission. I will be there in 5.
I see. Please manage your stress better. Thank you.
And it kind of leaves out the door. Probably wait till about there, and you hear a massive scream of.
You're not gonna scream into a pillow.
No, she's just gonna make it known that she is just pissed.
Exterior shot
And
of the
hopefully it can be
Hyperion,
heard
the
throughout
glass
the ship.
shatters.
Oh yeah, we can go with that. Hold on, can I roll for that?
To shatter glass.
With my voice?
Are you an opera singer now?
Anything can possibly happen these days.
Also, Captain, if there's anything you need prior to mission, be it a massage or food or any other amenities, I can assist you with that if you want.
I really need like a super cut of all these Hannah expressions.
Alright, I guess, yeah, I'm just making sure everybody's ready and armed and armored as best as we can be before we descend. Oh, probably. So, I would call out to the admin, is there room for, like, us to drive our, tractor and stuff down in there? Like, how big are the mines? Can we take a vehicle that we could load up with food and water?
When you say that, she'll actually say it's like, oh, well, I'll send a Daihoitai to drive you over there.
Well, I mean, deep in the mines where the marshal went missing, can a tractor fit?
Into the mines, no.
Shit. Alright,
They could drive
everybody,
you to
make
the
sure you
entrance
pack
to the
plenty of
mines,
food.
but they can't. Wait, what?
Oh. Actually, I do have a suggestion.
Hold on, guys. Before that, yeah, I'm gotta go.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's my 2 hours.
Okay.
Right. Well, thanks for playing.
All right.
We'll let you know how it shakes out and get you your XP and stuff. So.
I like the banter. Well, good luck down there.
Oh god.
Yeah, good luck.
I will make sure you get your hazard pay and paid for exposure.
Will you?
Grumbles.
So we'll
All right.
say to explain this that McCoy is so busy filing out a union report that he doesn't notice that everybody else has left. That's
No. He finds a clause which basically states that he is willing to not do it for religious reasons. He doesn't have to do it. He's like, well, it's Shavos, so I don't bowl on Shavos.
No, that's where he says, you have a geologist, you're going into an area with geology. I will stay and monitor from the ship.
Right.
You don't need a xenobiologist,
Right.
you just need a geologist.
Yep.
Perfect.
All right,
Well,
Lex, have a good
thanks,
weekend.
guys.
Yep.
Let me know how
All
it
right.
went.
Oh yeah.
See you around.
Okay.
Okay. So.
See ya.
You are going to, so are you going to accept Megan's offer to, get a ride over there, or are you just going to head?
Yeah, and no, yeah, we'll take the ride. So I'm bringing, I guess, Drake says she's coming, and I'll bring the doctor just in case anybody gets hurt, and I want the geologist and the security crew.
Well, you don't have a geologist. You do have a physicist, though.
I thought we had a geologist.
We don't.
Would the physicist maybe know
Yeah,
about?
I would say that he.
Okay, we'll take him then.
Like electromagnetic interferences and stuff. Because I'm a freaking genius. But.
I also got 7 dice for observation, so for science check, I can still do it.
Okay, so there's that. So
Drake will. Also, I need to go ahead and go up to Delacroix and go. Delacroix, I think I need a bit of an something to calm me down because I'm about to go ahead and lose my mind, and I'm going to lose my voice if I keep on screaming like this.
Okay, yes. She's just gonna go ahead, relax for a bit, and then we'll be doing some calming presence, so you can lose 2 stress in a turn. So that's gonna be good.
I'm going to stay next to you until I'm feeling a little bit better, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Alright, thank you. And I've dropped 2 stress, so I'm down from 5 to 3.
Woohoo. Let's see.
Crocs, your child seems to like the room. However, I'm having difficulties of figuring out how to play with him.
Phrasing.
It will come in due time. We kind of have to focus on the mission right now, don't we, Hannah?
All right, then. I just was presuming that your child would be a priority.
The last thing I want to do is get on the company's bad graces, because then they're going to make sure, and that child becomes their priority for all the wrong reasons.
If it's any constellation, I will do everything in my power to make sure that does not happen.
Are you able to bypass your programming when we're no longer members of the crew?
I mean, if you're not a member of the crew, then you're not protected by the programming.
If Miss Drake orders it.
So, is there anything
And-
else, or are you guys ready to go to the cave?
How
Yeah,
much
ready.
water and food can we carry per person? Because I would be demanding, knowing that those people got lost for 3 weeks, that we have at least a week's worth of food for each person.
Yeah.
And this is where Hana's really useful. I can carry a whole shit ton.
Wait.
You go beyond just carrying some MREs, you carry the fridge.
How much
And
how much do you want me to get? Let's see, week's worth of tuning. I will take.
So to power
I can
the
take.
fridge,
I
I'm
can
guessing
take
it's
20 easily. So
Okay.
So I'm guessing to power that fridge, it would have to be somehow hardwired into Hana.
Oh, can I make
no.
a
She's
quick wits
she's
roll
going
to
to be
see if I can
taking
get field commander?
non-perishable stuff, like bug juice.
What knock?
It's
Before-
canned.
Can I make another roll for my field commander before we go into
So
the?
what are you trying to do?
Because I already spent the XP to get field commander, but I haven't succeeded at the wits roll yet.
Oh, yeah, well, enough time has passed where you could try it. If anybody else wants to roll any talent, you can do so.
Yes!
Excellent.
Thanks. Sorry.
Sure, it's all good. So, but yeah, in terms of food, so you can bring, all the food that you need. Food and water.
Yeah, she'll just have a backpack that is literally filled to the brim with like canned like bug juice and that kind of stuff. Liver isn't going to go bad anytime soon.
Oh, then let's get going.
I have a high number of supplies. When you are getting low, please feel free to ask me for more.
Will do, Hana.
So, you
Alright,
guys...
team, let's move out.
Yeah, so you guys leave the Hyperion as you are, as you disembark. A Daihoitai tractor comes rolling over to the Hyperion, and an older-looking fellow, probably in his, well, maybe not older-looking, but a guy in about his 40s or so, hops out of the cabin. Hyperion crew, name's Dudansky. I'm here to give you folks a ride on over to the caves. Everybody here good to go?
As good as we can be.
All right, mount up. And he, bangs on the door of the, like the cargo hold.
Alright.
Alright, we clamber in, I guess.
So he drives you over to the mines. The Daihoitai's rumbling around as it, drives, up over to the mines. It pulls over, alongside the entranceway to the tunnels, like to the mine caverns. And comes to a stop. And then Dudensky says with the radio, it's like, I'll wait up here. Y'all radio in or come up top whenever you're good to go.
You're going to wait here for 3 weeks if that's what it takes?
Head back if you need a pickup.
Bad joke, because.
That's the opposite of waiting. Let's just go.
So
Alright. So, headlamps on, I assume?
yeah, if you guys are wearing your Wayland SE suits or whatever they're called, then those have built-in like spotlights.
And I also brought a high beam flashlight in case.
Wise preparations. Okay, so and I'll say this is you head down into the mines, um, and I'll just say that because I didn't mention before that you would have received maps like pup scans of the mines themselves, as well as an entrance to the actual cave that leads you into the area where the guys went MIA. So you pass through the caves, or the mines. It takes a couple minutes, and then you finally reach the your like the entrance into the actual cave, like not the mine, is in one of those, like it's a more of a vertical descent, kind of like it has one of those zip line things from like Division.
Mm.
Like I always forget what
Yeah, I
they're
know what
called,
one.
but the things where you like clip onto it and then like sort of jump down.
Zip line.
Yeah, the zip lines. Uh, so
Repelling?
yeah, you rappel down.
Wonderful. And how are our like electronic readout stuff looking at this stage?
As you're getting
Is he
towards it, you get like occasional static every so often, like where like the screen on the PDAT flickers. I should mention to Hana that you don't have any like immediate like any like glitching or lag or anything that would affect you. Like
My
there's nothing
internal
that
systems are consistent if that is a concern of yours.
there's nothing that would impede the performance of androids.
well, that's good news at least. Who's going first? And looks at the security guy.
Oh bloody hell! And then Kowalski slings his shotgun and repels down. Um,
Hana repels after him.
yeah. So I activated the caves. I also need to add our security personnel and Harold to the um, to the scene. So let me just. McCoy is there as what? Like, I mean, his token is there. I mean, he obviously is not, but um,
I'm still waiting for it to load,
yeah,
sorry.
that makes two of us. It's all good. So let's see, drag Harold there. Oh Lord. Honestly, I don't really need to. We'll just assume that Well, actually, I do need to drag Cat and Kowalski there. Um, so Kowalski and then Cat. Where art thou? So yeah, this is all right. I got all the NPCs added to the scene, so I'll just wait for you guys to connect.